Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Overunder. Today I'm going to bring you one of the highest rated games that I've actually ever played, at least on the Australian matchmaking server. It's not exactly a huge amount of people in this skill bracket. If you look at places like Korea, like a 3.9k average game, pretty standard. And if you're playing at a Grandmaster, like if on a Grandmaster account. But for me, this is one of those games that very rarely come by. But today we're going to be breaking Anubis, attack and defense. We're going to be playing Ana, but on the offense in particular, we're going to see a bit of Sombra action, which is something that I thought was noteworthy in this game. Something that, once again, you don't see very often. So I thought this game was pretty special. And to start off the game, positioning myself on top of this archway, I tried to make sure that I showed how I got up here. Like, whenever I see a position for the first time, then I'm like, wait a minute, how the fuck do you get up there? So that's why I did that, just to make sure that you don't have any confusion on how exactly I got up here. You can also use a Maywall to get up to the higher perch, the Widowmaker spot, as you probably think of it as, but no May on my team, so this little spot is going to have to do for now. The pros and cons of this position is that the pros would be you can access your team quite easily. If they drop forwards, you can help them out, but one of the cons is if they go into the big health pack room on the right, you really have to just give up your position entirely and drop down and help them out. My Reinhardt, probably not the best charge of his life, in all honesty. There's very little as a team, as a 6v6 engagement, that like a team that we can do to help him out. It's kind of unfortunate that it had to go that way, but all in all, it wasn't too bad. Soldier 76 cleans up quite a few kills, and there's a pesky little monkey out in the back, just zoning me out of where I want to be. But the thing is, he's just staggering his death. There's no real way, unless he like realistically just goes towards the second point, that he's going to get out of this situation. He has to like hide from our team if he wants to live. If he doesn't want to live, he has to die quickly. So he wasted a lot of time for his team here, and they've only got 2 minutes remaining. But I gave up my position. The initial time it takes to get up there can be a little bit taxing. Not to say that I didn't have enough time to get back up there, but sometimes you just want to be aware of what's going on. And sometimes if you just take that, 5 to 10 seconds to distract yourself, you can lose a bit of touch with what's actually going on throughout the game. I got a comment asking about sleep darts on Ana in particular. This coming up in the next 2 seconds is kind of my favorite way to use it. If you can hear and or see like big easy tanks such as D.Va or Monkey chasing you down, give yourself that free, escape tool. A lot of the time, I find the sleep dart to be most effective when used like that. Exceptions to this rule, like obviously, sleeping a monkey and whatnot is great and everything, but it's not always the highest amount of impact. To kind of like level things out, nano-bladed soldiers and nano boosted soldiers are great to hit with sleep darts and stuff, but when it comes to things like that, those high priority sleep targets, I always do try and hit them if I can. Even though if it is like a 5% chance that I hit that sleep dart, depending on the situation, sometimes you do hit it and you can just win a team fight because their nano boosted player got no impact whatsoever throughout the fight, and you managed to actually land that sleep dart. So that is the 2 most common ways that I would use sleep dart personally. Those easy big tanks, D.Va and Monkey, and those not so easy nano boosted, offensive heroes. Also stuff like Pharah and anything like that. It's always good to keep the sleep dart for a purpose. If you think of, like, you can just spam it. Sometimes you can get away with it, but sometimes, especially when ultimates are starting to get involved, that's when you need to think in the back of your mind, should I be keeping the sleep dart for a specific time? Like, does their fire have an ultimate that if I have the sleep dart available, I can immediately shut down? If the answer is yes, probably hold on to it, even if spamming it does feel very tempting. But there it is, the defense, round 1 complete, but to win a match, obviously, we'll need to complete the map. And this time around, we don't have a Soldier 76. Instead, we've got a Sombra, and to use Sombra to the best of its ability currently. Unfortunately, Sombra is a bit of an old bot as it stands. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Sombra, at least at the higher levels of gameplay, the strongest asset she has is her ultimate ability. As I get a nice little sleep dart onto the Roadhog, who hooks me, I enable myself to get out with my life. And this is a very specific, like, there's a few reasons why this strategy worked for this game. And I want to talk about them specifically because, I don't know, it's extremely relevant, I suppose. But in general, Sombra's ultimate can be used quite effectively on a lot of the 2 CP maps first points. The way this works is that Sombra will hack the big health pack that everybody has access to. From there, whenever somebody takes a bit of damage, they will go to the health pack, heal up, and Sombra builds her ultimate extremely quickly. You notice that I'm also building my ultimate extremely quickly. Nobody's, we're not taking too much fatal damage. We have lost a couple of heroes so far, but we've managed to build our ultimates on Sombra. She initiates hers first, I get mine very shortly after, and boost my D.Va. At this point, the enemy's going to have next to nothing in terms of ult economy. So we've got 2 ultimates on the enemy. You see the Ana has her nano boost at the ready, but the damage is already done. She may have nano boost, but nobody else on her team is going to have anything close, and from there she's really stuck without a team, and she has no chance of actually defending it. The thing that made it a lot stronger as well is that we were versing a Junkrat, and Junkrat's one of those heroes that is just going to do a lot of random damage, random spam damage, and this is where Ana and Sombra just absolutely eat up a Junkrat, especially on this Temple of Anubis map. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay for today. It was a pretty fun match to play, and pretty nice to get some MMR at the end of it. So anyway guys, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.